income inequality, wealth inequality. You've talked about the earned income tax credit. Is there more to it than that? Should we adjust tax policy? It seems to be going the other way right now.
Well, it is going the other way, but I think the earned income tax credit is the best way to put money in the pockets of people that don't fit well into the market system, but that are perfectly decent citizens and that have made a good bit of the success somebody like I've had with Berkshire or something possible. It wouldn't have happened without the America we have. And if you go back 200 years and we're all working on, 80% of us are working on farms. The person that's the best at that, working on that farm, whatever it may be, is worth maybe twice the ones that's the worst. You know, I mean, that's the difference between super talent and no talent in the farm economy, picking cotton or whatever it may be. Now, if you're the best middleweight fighter in the world, you know, you may get 20 or 30 million dollars, and if you are just a good citizen, raise nice kids, help in the neighborhood and everything else, but you don't have market-related skills, you'd be good on that farm still, and you would be earning something comparable to most of the people around you. But you don't have something now that, as it gets more and more specialized, and it's going to continue to get more specialized, you want two things for that person. You want them to have a decent life. I mean, they live in a country with 60,000 of GDP per person. You want them to have a decent life, and they can. I also think you want them to have a feeling of accomplishment. So you want them to have a job, assuming that they're not handicapped in some way. You want them to have a job. But the minimum wage would be one way to say, well, we'll make sure that they have enough money in their pocket. But that's got a lot of effects in disturbing the market system. They just need more cash. They don't need a higher wage. They need more cash in their pocket. And the government, at a relatively low cost, can provide a decent living for anybody that's working 40 hours a week and has a couple of children. And we've gone in that direction, and it's sort of bipartisan. I mean, you find both Republicans and Democrats for it. I think it would be better not to have one annual payment, you know, that they get it monthly. And I think there's various things you could do, but you want them to feel part of the system, and you want to have them get, as more and more of these golden eggs are laid, you want them to get a little more of their share.
I mean, if we don't do that and the Democrats win, it's possible we get, you know, big taxes on wealthy people, free college for all, and those are bigger plans.
You want more money in the pockets of everybody that's willing to work or is unable to work. And we can do it. A rich family would do that. You know, if I had 6 or 7 kids and I had some business I wanted to pass on, you know, you'd pick the most able person to run it because that's the market system to do that. But you'd make sure that all 7 of the family participated. You'd give more to the one that you might give more to the one that kept producing the golden eggs. You would, but you wouldn't just say to the the one at the lowest end, who might be the best kid of all in most respects. You know, he's the one that shares with everybody and does all kinds of things. You know, and you wouldn't say to that him or her that, you know, too bad, but that's just the way the market system works. You know, that, go have your spouse get a job and you know.